thank you for joining us on this Tuesday, the 2nd day of August. This is Daily Debrief on DAESAK TV. I'm Ruth Dondi. Our top stories: 8 people burned and a minor abducted after a night raid by armed bandits in Napaitom, Turkana. Also in the program, abrupt closure of schools as CS Magoha orders. Of course, these caught teachers and parents unprepared. And Kenya ranked second best in Africa and first in the East, Central and Southern Africa region in air operations. A very warm welcome to the program. I'll be here every weekday at this time, bringing you the latest news across the country and beyond borders. Let us know what you think about the show and the stories we are covering. We'd love to hear from you. Now let's take a look at the stories in the headlines for you. 8 people were burned beyond recognition and a minor abducted after a night raid by armed bandits in Kapedo, Napaitom village, Turkana East constituency on Sunday. Among those burned to ashes include 4 children and 4 women. Meanwhile, the bandits are believed to originate from Triati in West Pokot. The attack came even as the state continues to institute security measures in the war zone following a periodic eruption and cut of cattle raids and bandit attacks. The Education Cabinet Secretary George Magoha has instructed all basic education institutions to close for 1 week beginning 2nd August as the country gets ready for the election next week. In a statement, the CS said that the latter communication supersedes any earlier communication on the closure of basic education institutions. The announcement, which came as a surprise to both the teachers and parents, was originally scheduled for 1 week from Friday 6th to 15th August. Now, Eastern Africa countries are soaring high in air operations safest countries as Kenya ranks second best in Africa and first in the East, Central and Southern Africa region. This is according to a ranking report by the International Civil Aviation Organization, ICAO, which showed that Kenya scored 91.77% in latest audits, the highest score ever recorded in East and Central Africa. The continental body ranked Tanzania in the 3rd position in Africa with a score of 85.68%, followed by Rwanda with 85.97% and Uganda 76.44%. Kenya has been audited 3 times since 2008, where it scored 68%, 2015, where it scored 80%, and now in 2022. The country attained its target set by the ICAO of achieving a score of 90% before 2030. Now, eligible voters are set to begin verifying their details today at the respective polling stations as the poll body finalizes deployment of registers to be affixed at strategic places in polling centers as required by the law. Speaking in a press briefing, Independent Electoral and Boundaries Commission Vice Chairperson Juliana Cherera said that plans are underway to ensure that the registers are out across the 46,299 polling stations by close of business day on Tuesday. Cherera added that already the transportation of strategic and non-strategic materials to the different polling stations in readiness for the polls had commenced.
So as a commission, we are saying that we are very much prepared and ready. Today, we have started distribution of strategic materials to the counties, and we are happy that the Ministry of Education has finally announced the closure of schools to be tomorrow, the 2nd, which now gives us the room to get into the polling stations, which most of them are in the primary schools. Remember, 7 days to the date of the polls, we affix the voters register outside the polling station. So this exercise will begin tomorrow. And by end of business tomorrow, we'll have all the polling stations with the voter register outset.
And in business, leading retailers Naivas and Quickmart have announced the closure of branches on election days. This is according to statements issued by the retailers, which also indicated that the move is to allow staffers and partners to vote. They both advised customers to carry out prior shopping to avoid inconveniences during the store closure. Meanwhile, Naivas e-commerce platform will however allow for goods order, but no deliveries will be made on August. The pair is set to resume operations on 10th August. The monetary policy meeting has maintained the central bank rate at 7.50%. This following its action of tightening monetary policy in May, which was complemented by measures by the government to moderate the prices of specific items. In the statement by the CBK, inflation increased by 8.3% in July from 7.9% in June 2022 due to significant increase in food prices. However, the MPC noted that international commodity prices, particularly oil, wheat and edible oils, began to moderate, expected to ease domestic inflationary pressures in the near future. Now, transport costs, weather conditions and input costs have come out as the key factors affecting agricultural production. Following the latest survey report by the Monetary Policy Committee Agriculture, it indicated that prices of dry maize is expected to fall due to increase in imports, while prices of wheat flour is expected to go up due to reduced production. Meanwhile, the Chief Executive Officer survey for the third quarter of 2022 shows improved levels of confidence in the growth prospects for private sectors as well as the growth prospects for the country's economy over the next 12 months. According to the central bank, the surveyed CEOs indicated that the impending elections remained a minor concern, with most respondents expecting a return to normal operations soon after conclusions of the elections. And on exchange rates, the Kenya shilling has remained stable against the major international and regional currencies during the week ending July 28th. It exchanged at 180 shillings 76 cents per US dollar on July 28th compared to 118 shillings 52 cents per US dollar on July 21st. And crossing over to sports. Now, the national rugby sevens team Shujaa lost to Scotland 12-22 in a 5th to 8th semi-final to finish 7th at the Commonwealth Games, Birmingham, UK. Kenya, under the guidance of head coach Damian Patrick McGrath, lost their main cup quarter-final clash against New Zealand to be relegated to the 5th to 8th place playoffs. Meanwhile, Football Kenya Federation Transition Committee met Kenya Premier League clubs on Monday for a review of last season and plan about the upcoming campaign, set to kick off on August 27. Representatives of majority clubs who attended the meeting at Nyayo National Stadium reiterated their commitment in support of the interim body mandated to run Kenya football. Now, that is it for today's Daily Brief. If you've got views, opinions, and most importantly, questions that you want answered, kindly get in touch with us on our social media platforms at DAESAK TV, #DAESAK Daily Debrief, #DruthYodondi. And it was great having you in the show. Thank you.